This morning brought a message that resonates deeply in our hearts and minds. Imagine waking up and feeling that there is something bigger happening, a force that calls our attention, a divine revelation that cannot be ignored. This is exactly what the light of Maria de Bonal brings us. This significant day brings an urgency in Mary's voice, a clarity that crosses the veil of everyday life to alert us to an imminent danger that threatens our peace and balance. Since time immemorial, divine messages have always had the power to transform lives, of guiding people, and to bring hope in moments of darkness. Today, this spiritual tradition is renewed with an unprecedented intensity. The light of Mary is not only announcing a warning, it is calling each one of us to a journey of faith, protection, and action. The message is clear, but shrouded in mystery, leaving you with questions that cry out for answers and concrete actions. As I begin this video, I want you to feel the gravity and importance of what is to come. This is not just a story to be told, but a truth that needs to be shared and lived. The revelation today doesn't choose who to listen to. She reaches everyone who is willing to open their hearts and minds for divine guidance. This is an opportunity for us to come together, to strengthen our faith, and to find comfort in the presence of the Virgin Mary, who is present as our guardian and protector. The light of Mary of Bonal has been a constant source of inspiration and guidance for many, touching lives in profound and transformative ways. Today, this light intensifies, bringing with it a call that resonates with strength and clarity. What is being announced goes beyond mere words. It is a call to action, for reflection, and for unity in the face of what is to come. As we advance in this narrative, prepare yourself to discover the details of this revelation, understand the danger that we were warned about, and above all, feel the comforting presence of the Virgin Mary who guides and protects us. Each part of this video has been carefully crafted to guide you for a journey of discovery and spiritual strengthening, keeping your interest and attention from beginning to end. Therefore, I invite you to dive with us into this story of faith, hope, and action. Let today's message touch your heart. May the urgency of the light of Mary awaken your consciousness, and may the help of the Virgin Mary illuminate your path. Together, let us explore what this revelation divina has to say to us, and how we can respond in a meaningful and transformative way. To understand the depth of the message we are about to explore, it is essential to know the trajectory of Maria de Bonal and the light she radiates. Mary is not just a spiritual figure, she is a living presence who has guided and transformed lives with her wisdom and compassion. Her spiritual journey began many years ago, in a moment of searching and deep connection with the divine. Since then, she has been a beacon of hope and guidance for thousands who find in her a safe haven in times of uncertainty. The light of Maria de Bonal did not come out of nowhere. It is the result of years of dedication, prayer, and service to the community. Maria always felt a calling to help others, to be a bridge between the human and the divine. Her ability to listen and understand the pain of others, combined with her unshakable faith, made her a respected and loved spiritual leader. Through her teachings, Mary has shown that the inner light of each person can be awakened and strengthened, bringing healing and renewal. Stories of transformation are abundant. People who before felt lost and helpless found in Mary the strength to start over. Testimonies of small and large miracles are multiplying, reinforcing the credibility and impact of its mission, from physical healings to family reconciliations. The light of Mary has been a driving force behind countless positive changes. These reports are not just stories. They are living evidence of the power of faith and divine intervention. Through Maria, in addition to individual interventions, Maria has played a crucial role in building a united and resilient community. Her meetings and gatherings are welcoming spaces where each person is heard and valued. Through these meetings, Maria promotes solidarity, empathy, and cooperation, creating bonds that strengthen everyone. She understands that in times of crisis, unity is essential to overcome challenges and keep hope alive. The light of Maria de Bonilla also manifests itself in subtle and everyday ways. In gestures of kindness, words of encouragement, and the simple presence of Maria has a profound impact on those around her. She knows that true transformation begins from the inside out, and so she encourages each individual to find their own inner light. This personalized approach makes each person feel special and loved, reinforcing the connection between Maria and her family and your community. To understand the essence of Mary's light is understanding the strength of faith and dedication. Mary not only transmits a divine message, she lives this message daily, inspiring everyone around her to seek a fuller and more meaningful life. Her ability to balance firmness and tenderness, leadership and humility makes her an admirable and inspiring figure. Mary's light is an invitation for all of us to awaken to our own spirituality, to find strength in adversity, and to unite for the greater good. As we move forward in this narrative, remember that Mary's story is also your story. Each of us can find inspiration in her journey, learn from her teachings, and apply her light to our own lives. Maria de Bonilla's light is not just a message to be heard, but an experience to be lived. It is a wake-up call to connect and to act with faith and courage in the face of the challenges that present themselves. Now, let's take a short break to respond to our follower Sylvia, who wants our ebook. My dear Sylvia, I left access to the ebook in the first comment, okay. I'm happy and I know that you will really like it. Returning to our video, today the light of Maria de Bonilla brings a message that we cannot ignore. The announced danger is not something distant or abstract. It is closer than we imagine, directly impacting our lives and our community. Mary reveals that we are facing a spiritual and social crisis that threatens the harmony and peace that we value so much. This danger manifests itself in many ways. The growing division between people, the loss of essential values, and the increase in indifference are clear signs that something is out of balance. Human relationships are fragile, and the empathy that should be the basis of our interactions is in decline. Mary warns us that if we do not act now, these trends could intensify, resulting in an even greater separation between us and a society falling apart. Beyond social issues, Mary points to a spiritual crisis that is affecting many. The lack of connection with the divine, loss of faith, and neglect of spiritual practices are factors that contribute to this worrying scenario. Without a solid spiritual foundation, people feel lost, without purpose, and vulnerable in the face of life's adversities. Mary emphasizes that spirituality is essential for us to maintain our balance and face challenges with courage and serenity. The impact of this danger goes beyond the individual, affecting the entire community. Family conflicts, street violence, and the deterioration of the social fabric are clear reflections of this threat. Mary reminds us that unity and solidarity are fundamental to overcoming these difficult times. She challenges us to look within ourselves to identify our flaws and work on them together to rebuild a more harmonious and compassionate environment. The urgency of Mary's message cannot be underestimated. She calls us to immediate action so that we can prevent this danger from fully materializing. Inaction is not an option, because every moment we spend without acting contributes to the worsening of the situation. Mary encourages us to reflect on our behaviors, to strengthen our faith, and to promote positive changes in our lives and in the community. Mary also highlights that this danger is not only a challenge, but an opportunity for growth and transformation. She believes that through unity and faith we can overcome any obstacle and restore the peace and harmony we desire. This vision gives us hope and motivates us to move forward even in the face of difficulties. By understanding the gravity of the danger announced, we feel the responsibility to act. Mary offers us not just a warning, but also a path to follow, guided by the light and protection of the Virgin Mary. She inspires us to seek the change necessary to strengthen our community bonds and renew our spiritual connection. At this stage of the narrative, it is crucial that we internalize Mary's message and recognize the importance of our actions. The announced danger is real but not insurmountable. With the guidance of the light of Maria de Bonal and the help of the Virgin Mary, we have the strength and the capacity to face this challenge and build a safer and more harmonious future for all. As we delve deeper into the message of Luz de Maria de Bonal, it becomes evident that the signs of the announced danger are everywhere, revealing themselves in ways that often go unnoticed in the midst of the daily routine. Maria invites us to look beyond the obvious, to notice the subtleties that indicate the approach of this critical moment. One of the first signs is the growing distrust between people. The empathy that once united families and communities is dissipating, replaced by an icy indifference. Conversations are becoming superficial, and true understanding seems to be lost. Maria notes that this lack of genuine connection is a reflection of the spiritual disconnect that is taking hold, undermining the foundations of harmonious coexistence. Another clear sign is the increase in social tensions and conflicts. Small disagreements are escalating into more serious confrontations, creating an environment of instability and fear. Violence that was previously isolated now manifests itself in a more frequent and violent way, leaving deep marks on society. Maria highlights that this aggressive behavior is an outward manifestation of the inner chaos that many are experiencing as a result of the loss of faith and hope. In addition to social issues, there are also natural signs that cannot be ignored. Extreme weather events, environmental disasters, and abrupt changes in climate are indicative of a greater imbalance. Maria interprets these phenomena as divine warning signs for us to rethink our relationship with nature and with what surrounds us. Environmental devastation is not only an ecological crisis, but also a spiritual one, reflecting the negligence with which we have treated our planet. In the personal sphere, many feel a growing feeling of emptiness and dissatisfaction. Even for those who previously seemed happy and fulfilled, the relentless search for material success and recognition is leaving a trail of loneliness and despair. Maria points out that this unbridled search is a symptom of disconnection with the true purpose of our lives, a search that, without proper spiritual guidance, leads to exhaustion and despair. Warning signs also manifest in people's mental and emotional health. Anxiety, depression, and other mental illnesses are on the rise, reflecting a state of internal imbalance. Maria reminds us that mental health is deeply linked to our spirituality and our emotional well-being. Ignoring these signs is neglecting a vital part of who we are, leaving us vulnerable to the dangers that lie ahead. Technology, which should be a tool for progress, also presents worrying signs. Overdependence, loss of privacy, and manipulation of information are creating a society where truth and authenticity are increasingly rare. Maria warns that this technological dependence is eroding our ability to connect genuinely and maintain our spiritual integrity. Another important sign is the fragmentation of communities. Extreme individualization is leading people to isolate themselves, moving away from the community bonds that sustain a healthy society. Maria emphasizes that true strength lies in unity and collaboration, and that social fragmentation is a clear sign that we need to rebuild our bonds and strengthen our cohesion. The warning signs are also reflected in the loss of fundamental values. Honesty, compassion, and integrity are being replaced by corruption, selfishness, and injustice. Mary calls us to recognize this moral erosion and to work to restore the values that sustain a just and balanced society. Ultimately, Mary urges us to pay attention to the dreams and intuitions we have. Often, our deepest instincts are trying to alert us to what is really wrong. She emphasizes that these internal signs are just as important as the external ones, and Mary encourages us to listen to our inner voice and follow our intuition to navigate these turbulent times. Recognizing these signs and warning signs is the first step in responding to Mary's divine message. They are not merely indicators of problems, but also opportunities to reflect, realign, and strengthen our faith and our connection with the divine. Mary offers us the necessary light to interpret these signs and guides us towards a path of renewal and hope, where we can face the announced danger with courage and wisdom. Amidst the approaching darkness, a luminous and comforting presence emerges, the Virgin Mary. Her intervention is not just a distant promise, but a palpable reality that touches every heart that seeks protection and guidance. Maria de Bonilla reveals to us that the Virgin Mary is attentive to our anguish and ready to extend her hand of mercy and unconditional love. The Virgin Mary, a symbol of purity and compassion, has manifested herself in many ways in our lives. She not only observes what happens around us, but also actively acts to guide and protect us. Many reports testify to miraculous encounters where Mary's presence brought peace to moments of chaos, clarity in times of confusion, and strength when weakness seemed to dominate. These interventions manifest themselves in simple, but deeply meaningful gestures. A silent prayer that eases pain, a sense of inexplicable calm during an emotional storm, or even visual signs that remind us of her constant presence. Mary shares stories of people who, upon invoking the name of Mary in critical moments, felt an immediate change in their circumstances, as if a greater force were interceding on their behalf. In addition to individual miracles, the Virgin Mary has worked to rebuild fragmented communities. She inspires acts of kindness, promotes reconciliation, and encourages solidarity between people. Where there are divisions, Mary appears as a bridge, uniting hearts and minds for the greater good. Her influence transforms conflicts into constructive dialogues, promoting harmony where there was previously discord. Mary's protection also extends to our spiritual journeys. She guides us to maintain living faith, to nourish our relationship with the divine, and to seek the inner light even in the darkest moments. Maria de Bonilla emphasizes that this guidance is not just passive help, but a call to conscious action. It is an invitation for each of us to become a channel of her grace, radiating love, hope, and compassion in all our interactions. The presence of the Virgin Mary reminds us of the importance of humility and surrender. In a world where we often seek to control every aspect of our lives, Mary teaches us to trust in the divine plan, to accept our limitations, and find strength in surrender. This ancient wisdom resonates deeply, offering a solid foundation to face the challenges that lie ahead. Maria de Bonilla also emphasizes that Mary's intervention does not discriminate. Her help is available to all, regardless of origin, belief, or circumstance. This universality of Marian protection reinforces the idea that we are all connected by a web of divine love and care. The Virgin Mary unites us in our shared humanity, reminding us that together we are stronger and capable of overcoming any adversity. Beyond the visible manifestations, Mary's intervention occurs through an internal transformation. She awakens in us the ability to forgive, to love unconditionally, and to seek the truth with integrity. This personal transformation is essential to rebuilding a more just and compassionate society. Mary encourages us to embrace this change, to allow Mary's light to illuminate our interior and guide our steps towards a more harmonious future. The Virgin Mary also serves as a model of resilience and hope. Her own story of suffering and triumph inspires us to face our own challenges with courage and determination. Maria de Bonilla reminds us that just as Mary overcame adversity with faith and grace, we too can find the strength needed to overcome the difficulties we face. In each intervention, the Virgin Mary reinforces the message of Maria de Bonilla, the need for union of faith and conscious action. She offers us not only consolation, but also a calling to transformation. With Mary by our side, We are invited to rebuild our lives and communities on the pillars of spirituality, compassion, and true love. So, the intervention of the Virgin Mary is a bright light that guides us through the darkness, a beacon of hope that inspires us to act with kindness and strengthen our faith. She reminds us that we are not alone on this journey, and that with her help we can face any announced danger and emerge stronger and more united than ever. With the gravity of the danger announced by the light of Maria de Bonilla, the need for clear answers and concrete actions arises. Mary presents us with divine guidance that serves as a safe guide to navigate through these turbulent times. These guidelines are not mere suggestions, but sacred directives that call us to transform our lives and communities in profound and meaningful ways. First, Mary emphasizes the importance of constant prayer. Communication with the divine is the foundation that sustains our faith and strengthens us in the face of adversity. She encourages us to establish a daily routine of prayer, seeking not only to ask for protection, but also to give thanks for the blessings already received. Prayer becomes a refuge where we find peace, clarity, and the strength needed to face the challenges that arise. Beyond prayer, Mary guides us to practice charity and love for others. In a world marked by indifference and selfishness, small acts of kindness can transform realities and rebuild broken bonds. She invites us to look beyond ourselves, to reach out to those in need, and to cultivate a culture of solidarity and empathy. These gestures of love not only benefit others, but they also enrich our own soul by creating a network of mutual support that strengthens the entire community. The renewal of faith is another fundamental pillar in Mary's guidance. She calls us to revive our spirituality, to seek a deeper connection with the divine, and to rediscover the purpose of our lives. Renewed faith gives us a clearer vision and a sense of direction, allowing us to act with purpose and determination. Mary encourages us to participate in community activities such as prayer groups, Bible studies, and spiritual gatherings, where we can share our faith and strengthen our links with other seekers of truth. The importance of introspection is also highlighted by Mary. She invites us to reflect on our actions, to identify behaviors that distance us from the light, and seek personal transformation. This process of self-evaluation is essential to eliminate negativity and make room for divine light to illuminate every aspect of our lives. Mary reminds us that true change begins from the inside out, and that by purifying our hearts, we contribute to the purification of society as a whole. Community unity is another crucial aspect of divine guidance. Mary encourages us to build strong ties and work together to overcome challenges. Cooperation and collaboration are powerful tools that, when used collectively, can transform crises into opportunities for growth and renewal. She challenges us to organize meetings, events, and community projects that promote unity and resilience, creating a solid foundation to face any adversity that may arise. The practice of forgiveness is equally emphasized. Mary reminds us that carrying hurts and resentments only perpetuates the cycle of pain and conflict. Forgiveness frees our hearts and allows us to move forward with lightness and hope. She invites us to forgive those who have hurt us and to seek reconciliation and to restore relationships that have been shaken by conflict. Forgiveness is not only an act of kindness towards others, but also a gift we give ourselves, promoting healing and inner peace. Finally, Mary guides us to keep hope alive in the midst of darkness. Hope is the light that guides us and motivates us to continue fighting for a better future. It encourages us to believe in the power of faith, in the strength of community, and in divine intervention to overcome any obstacle. Hope gives us the courage to face the unknown and the determination to persist even when all seems lost. Following these divine guidelines, we are empowered to face the announced danger with confidence and serenity. Maria de Bonilla offers us not only a warning, but a clear and illuminated path towards personal and collective transformation. By embracing these guidelines, we become agents of change capable of rebuilding our lives and communities on the pillars of faith, love, and union. The journey can be challenging, but with the light of Mary and divine guidance, we find the strength necessary to walk this path with hope and determination. While the message of the light of Mary of Bonal echoes in our hearts, it is essential to look to those who have already walked this path of faith and experienced profound transformations in their lives. The testimonies of faith and transformation are not just inspiring stories. They are living evidence of the power of spirituality and divine intervention that Mary invites us to embrace. Meet John, a man who faced a personal storm of depression and despair. Feeling lost and without direction, John found in Maria de Bonal a light that illuminated his path. Through the prayers and spiritual meetings promoted by Maria, John rediscovered his faith and found the strength to overcome his internal battles. Today, he not only lives a fuller life, but also dedicates his time helping others facing similar challenges. John is a pillar of his community. Maria found constant support for the safety of her children amid the rise of addiction in the city. The light of Maria de Bonal brought hope that the coming Maria would always be present for her family. After adhering to the recommended spiritual practices, Maria reports a renewed sense of peace and security, observing positive changes both in her personal life and in her relationships with her children and neighbors. There is also the case of Anna, who struggled with the loss of faith and the feeling of existential emptiness. Feeling disconnected and unmotivated, Anna found in the light of Maria de Bonal a spiritual rebirth. Through divine guidance, she rebuilt her relationship with the divine and discovered a greater purpose for her life. Anna now actively participates in community activities, inspiring others to seek their own spiritual transformation and strengthen their bonds of faith. These testimonies are not isolated, they are stories that are repeated in different contexts, showing that Maria de Bonal's message transcends cultural, social, and personal barriers. Each story is proof that faith can transform lives, bringing healing, hope, and renewal. These personal experiences resonate deeply with the audience, creating an emotional connection that reinforces the importance of following divine guidance to face the announced dangers. In addition to individual changes, the testimonies highlight the transformation of communities. Groups that were previously divided find strength in the faith and solidarity promoted by Mary. Unifying community projects, driven by divine inspiration, emerge to meet local needs, promoting justice, compassion, and cooperation. These collective efforts not only improve the quality of life, but also strengthen the social fabric, creating a support network that resists adversity. The transformation goes beyond the tangible, it reaches the core of the being, touching souls and renewing hope. People report a sense of renewed purpose, a deeper connection with the divine, and a greater capacity to love and forgive. This internal renewal is reflected in external attitudes, promoting a virtuous cycle of kindness and positivity that spreads throughout the community. Maria de Bonal highlights that these testimonies are an invitation for all of us. They show us that transformation is possible, that faith can move mountains, and that with the guidance of the light of Mary and the protection of the Virgin Mary, we can overcome any obstacles. Each story shared is a reminder that we are not alone on this journey and that together, united by faith and solidarity, we can build a brighter and more harmonious future. By listening to these stories, we are inspired to look within ourselves, to recognize our own struggles, and to seek the transformation we wish to see in the world. The testimonies of faith and transformation are a beacon of hope, illuminating the path for all who are willing to follow the divine light and embrace change with an open heart and resilient spirit. We have reached a crucial point on this journey of faith and revelation. The message of the light of Maria de Bonal is not just a distant warning, but a direct call for each of us to act. Mary invites us to transcend passivity, to abandon inertia, and to actively engage in the transformation that our lives and our community so need. The first step in this call is unity. We cannot face the challenges presented alone. Mary encourages us to strengthen bonds with those who share our faith and vision. This means participating in prayer groups, community meetings, and initiatives that promote solidarity. The strength of the community lies in its ability to mobilize in favor of a common good, creating a support network that sustains each individual in times of difficulty. Beyond union, there is a need to renew our spiritual practices. Mary suggests incorporating daily rituals that strengthen our connection with the divine. This can include reading sacred texts, the practice of meditation, and performing acts of devotion. These moments of introspection not only feed our soul, but also prepare us to face challenges with a clear mind and a serene heart. Concrete action is also essential. Mary encourages us to identify the areas in our community that most need intervention, and to take initiatives that promote justice and compassion. This can translate into volunteering at shelters, participating in environmental recycling projects, or organizing events that promote peace and harmony. Every small action, when added together, creates a significant impact, paving the way for lasting transformation. The practice of forgiveness is another essential aspect of this call. Mary reminds us that carrying hurts and resentments only perpetuates the cycle of pain and conflict. She invites us to release these burdens, to forgive those who have hurt us, and to seek reconciliation. Forgiveness frees our spirit, allowing us to move forward with lightness and hope and open space for healthier and more harmonious relationships. Maria also highlights the importance of education and sharing knowledge. She encourages us to spread the message of love, faith, and unity, reaching those who are not yet aware of divine revelation. This can be done through lectures, workshops, production of inspiring content, and using social media to spread the word. Education empowers individuals by providing them with the tools they need to contribute positively to society. Hope is the foundation of all these actions. Mary reminds us that even in the face of the greatest adversity, hope is the light that guides us and motivates us to continue. Keeping this inner flame alive is essential to sustain our efforts and inspire others to join us in this mission of transformation. Finally, Mary calls us to trust in divine guidance. She assures us that by following her call, we will not be alone. The presence of the Virgin Mary and the light she radiates accompany us, guiding our steps and strengthening our determination. This trust gives us the courage necessary to face the unknown and the faith to persist even when challenges seem insurmountable. Responding to this call to action is more than a choice. It is a responsibility, a commitment to ourselves, with our community, and with the future we want to build. Maria de Bonal offers us not only a vision of danger, but also a clear roadmap for overcoming it. By embracing this call, we become agents of change, catalysts for a transformation that transcends the individual and impacts the entire society. Therefore, the time has come. The time to act is now. Let the message of the light of Mary of Bonal inspire your every step. May the presence of the Virgin Mary strengthen each decision, and may faith illuminate each action. Together, we can transform the announced danger into an opportunity for renewal, building a more just, compassionate, and harmonious world for all. As we navigate the turbulent waters of the challenges announced by the light of Maria de Bonal, a resplendent vision emerges that guides us towards a future filled with hope and renewal. This vision is not just a distant dream, but a concrete promise of transformation that takes shape as we embrace the faith and divine guidance offered by the Virgin Mary. Imagine a world where harmony prevails over discord, where empathy replaces indifference, and where solidarity overcomes selfishness. This is the essence of the vision that Maria de Bonal shares with us. She invites us to visualize a future where every act of kindness, every gesture of compassion, and every initiative of unity contributes to the construction of a more just and balanced society. It is a vision where the inner light of each individual shines brightly, illuminating the path for everyone around them. In this ideal future, communities are united by unbreakable bonds of trust and mutual support. Differences are celebrated as sources of diversity and richness, and conflicts are resolved through dialogue and understanding. Mary shows us that this transformation is possible when we commit to acting with purpose and following the divine guidance. Community union becomes the foundation upon which we build a better world, where each person feels valued and protected by the loving presence of the Virgin Mary. Spiritual education plays a central role in this vision of the future. Future generations grow up with a deep understanding of the importance of faith, morality, and social responsibility. Schools and educational institutions incorporate teachings that promote integrity, compassion, and justice, preparing young people to become inspired leaders and conscientious citizens. Maria de Bonal emphasizes that true education goes beyond academic knowledge, also covering the spiritual and emotional development of each individual. Health and well-being become key priorities, with integrated support systems that address not only physical, but also emotional and spiritual needs. Clinics and community health centers offer not only medical treatments, but also spaces for prayer, meditation, and spiritual counseling. Mary's vision includes a world where healing is holistic, addressing all facets of the human being and promoting a healthier and more balanced society. Environmental sustainability is another essential pillar of this vision of the future. Recognizing the interconnection between spirituality and nature, Maria de Bonal inspires us to care for the planet with reverence and responsibility. Environmental preservation projects, sustainable agricultural practices, and recycling initiatives become normal, reflecting a collective commitment to protecting divine creation. Harmony with nature is seen as an expression of respect and gratitude for the gift of life, strengthening our connection with the divine and with each other. In the economic sphere, justice and equity prevail. Wealth is distributed fairly, ensuring that everyone has access to basic needs and opportunities for growth. Entrepreneurs and community leaders adopt ethical and sustainable practices, promoting a work environment where human dignity is respected and valued. Maria de Bonal guides us towards an economy that serves the common good, where individual success contributes to collective well-being. Art and culture flourish as expressions of the human soul, celebrating beauty, creativity, and diversity. Museums, theaters, and cultural centers become spaces where spirituality and creativity meet, inspiring works that reflect the depth of faith and hope. Mary reminds us that art is a universal language that can touch hearts and transform minds, promoting a deeper connection with the divine and with humanity. The vision of hope Maria de Bonal offers also includes the constant presence of the Virgin Mary as a guide and protector. Her apparitions and interventions continue to inspire and strengthen people's faith, reminding them that they are not alone on their journey. Marian prayer becomes a constant link of communication with the divine, providing comfort, guidance, and strength at all times. This vision of the future is more than a utopia. It is a promise that is fulfilled as each of us commits to living according to the principles of faith, love, and unity. Maria de Bonal encourages us to be the architects of this future, building it with each positive action, each gesture of compassion, and every conscious decision. Hope is not just a passive feeling, but an active force that drives us to create a better world for ourselves and for generations to come. By embracing this vision of hope and future, we are invited to participate in a global transformation that transcends borders and differences. With the light of Maria de Bonal and of the Virgin Mary, we can transform the announced danger into an opportunity for renewal, building a legacy of faith, love, and peace that will last for all eternity. As we reach the end of this journey of faith and revelation, it is time to reflect on everything we shared and on the path that opens before us. The message of Luz de Maria de Bonal does not end here. It is a continuous invitation to live with purpose, love, and unity. This closing is not just a conclusion, but a new beginning where each of us carries the flame of hope and the strength of faith in our hearts. As we recall each part of this narrative, we feel the depth of the transformation that Mary's light brought to our lives, from the impactful introduction that captured our attention to the contextualizing of Maria de Bonal's trajectory until the revelation of the imminent danger. The steps to understand more about the teacher, responsibility, and divine presence were a bright light that illuminated our path, showing that we are not alone on this journey. Her manifestations of love and protection reinforce our faith and inspire us to seek a deeper connection with the divine. The divine guidance presented by Maria de Bonal provided us with essential tools to face challenges, while testimonies of faith and transformation have shown us that change is possible and within our reach. Reaching the call to action, we feel the urgency to transform our intentions into reality. Every gesture of kindness, every act of solidarity, and every moment of prayer contribute to building a stronger and more resilient community. The vision of hope and future that we painted together is a promise that with faith and unity, we can create a world where harmony, justice, and love prevail. In this closing, I want you to feel the emotion and inspiration that permeate this message. Let the words resonate in your heart, and may the presence of the Virgin Mary continue to guide you every step of the way. I deeply thank you for following this narrative from beginning to end, for opening your heart to the message from Maria de Bonal, and for joining us in this mission of transformation. Before concluding, reflect on what you can do today to contribute to this future of hope. Perhaps it is a time to reevaluate your priorities, to strengthen your community ties, or to deepen your spiritual practice. Whatever path you choose, know that every small action counts, and that together we are capable of making great changes. I thank you for your attention and for being part of this story of faith, love, and renewal. Share this message with those you love. Spread the light of Maria de Bonal, and allow the Virgin Mary to continue to bless your journey. May peace, hope, and divine protection always be with you, guiding you towards a brighter and more harmonious future. Remember, the journey does not end here. It is just the beginning of a walk illuminated by faith and unity. May the light of Mary de Bonal continue to shine in your life, bringing comfort, strength, and inspiration with each new dawn. Together we can transform the announced danger into an opportunity for renewal, building a legacy of love and peace that will last for generations. Thank you for being with us. May the Virgin Mary bless you and protect you today and always.